So if you're running ads on Facebook trying to generate leads, especially if you're doing a landing page, so basically what is happening here is they're driving people to a landing page, and the conversion is happening on the landing page and it's not getting conversion. So what we do here is, so this is actually a very common problem that is happening to a lot of Facebook advertisers, especially in our opinion. We generally refer to lead gen using a landing page usually gets us higher quality audience, but you have to understand that also means that the audience will go through a longer route. And eventually, if your landing page is not being optimized, you might not get a lot of conversion. But if worst case is you're not getting any of them. So here's what we do. Now, the first very important so-called hypothesis we will build is you might be getting the wrong audience in. So what do you mean by getting the wrong audience in? So this is a situation where when you have a very catchy ad, in a way, people likes to use catchy, but in my opinion, they are clickbaity and they are deceptive even sometimes. So an ad that is not really related to your business, but you're using a different specific angle, like to just lure these people in, hopefully you're able to convert them on the landing page. So if you have this kind of situation, you will have a very common trait. Just go and check your CTR. So if you have very high CTR, meaning the people are clicking. And then after that, and you check the next number on your landing page view, then you have very high landing page, but you're not getting any conversion. The next thing I want you to check is go to Google Analytics. That's why I always say, do not only rely on Facebook ads and data, you need to have Google Analytics if you're driving landing page view anyway. So go to Google Analytics and check the bounce rate and the average time spent on your landing page. So if average time spent is less than 5 seconds and the bounce rate is up to like 95, 97%, then you know that you probably brought in the wrong people. So that's the first thing. So if you have this kind of situation, I would actually recommend that you change to your ad. Try to position your ad in a more clearer way. Try not to be too deceptive or so-called clickbaity. Make sure you really deliver and tell people what it is all about so that you actually connect with the right people. So that's a very important thing. So bring them in and see whether you improve your conversion. Now, the other situation here is, okay, your landing page is not performing. So this is a little bit more complicated to say because I really need to see your landing page first. Otherwise, I won't be able to give you a recommendation. But usually what happens is if you have let's say if you based on my client's situation the other day, what they did was they have a very lengthy introduction at the very beginning. So that actually may distract people off. And they put the form at the very bottom. Now, some may argue that if you put the form at the bottom, then you probably will get higher quality people because only those who really read through and scroll to the very bottom will become your lead. And eventually you use that as a filtering. But now the problem here is you're not getting leads. So if you're not getting leads, then you probably don't want to actually put it at the two bottom. You want to bring it up a little bit and see whether you get people or not. So on the landing page, there are a few angles we look at. The arrangement of it, the copywriting, okay, and even the color you use sometimes may affect as well. And the fourth one is, of course, the offer. So if you are not able to really kind of explain your offer in a very, very clear way at the very beginning, the bounce rate is going to be high. So you want to check your bounce rate. If your CTR and everything coming in is good from the front end and your bounce rate is actually very high as well, then you probably want to fix a bit on your landing page to see whether, moving. If your time span is slightly longer, I mean, the other situation we were talking about, the wrong audience, the time span is going to be very, very low. But if your time span is okay, but you're not converting, then you probably want to move the form a little bit upper or probably just tweak a little bit in terms of the offer and the copywriting to see whether that works. That's why all these takes a few steps. We probably will test one variable at the time, maybe let it run for 3 days to a week. Then, we observe, then we use another set of data to really do optimization. But nonetheless, if you're running lead gen ads on Facebook and you're not getting leads, look at these two angles. But of course, like I say, every case is unique. If you really want to have a very thorough review on your campaign, why is it not getting you any leads? You can actually scan this QR code. This will take you to my Fiverr gig. Okay, so this is a gig where I actually review Facebook ads campaigns. And eventually what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the numbers, right? So yeah, you just come on and we're going to actually do a Zoom screen share. So we're going to analyze the campaign. I'm going to actually teach you how to analyze what are the metrics that we look into. And from there, I'm going to give you a report as in this is really what is happening in my opinion. And I will give you a plan. as in like, oh, these are the first thing you do, okay? And after that, another week, if it's not happening, then test a second variable and a third one. Usually we will have at least, like 2 to 3, sometimes even 5 recommendations that you can actually try in the following few weeks. So that's what I'm going to actually do with you. So if you are interested to find out why your lead gen Facebook ads campaign are not getting you any leads, scan this QR code and we can actually have a 30 minutes discussion to see what's really happening in your campaign.